The following is a slightly historical series on the Romance of the Three Kingdoms era of China's history. Because this is based off of a video game, and myself playing it, there will be a lot of incorrect information that we will correct using the help of Wikipedia. For those of you who want to learn more about Dynasty Warriors, or the Romance of the Three Kingdoms era, I suggest reading the book. Please enjoy the following presentation. Today's episode of Dynasty Warriors is a hot one, because it is one of the most well-known characters in Chinese history. It is Guan Yu himself, the original god of war. This mighty warrior values honor above all else, swearing an oath of brotherhood. With Liu Bei and Zhang Fei, he vows to end the chaos. And there is a lot written about him. He is one of the biggest figures during the, Three Kingdoms era. And, well, what better way to do it than to just jump right in?
To have devotion on our plates and blossoms in our cups. What a feast!
From this day forth, may our noble ambitions spread to the far reaches of the land.
Agreed. Guan Yu, Zhang Fei. From this day, we shall fight as brothers and end the chaos.
I am Guan Yu, to serve my sworn brother Liu Bei, who vowed to rise against the chaos in the name of virtue. I shall raise my blade in battle until that day has come.
This voice actor is into it, holy crap. But that first scene we just saw is, if you ever picked up the book Romance of the Three Kingdoms, is one of the first scenes in the book describing their oath in the Peach Garden. So how, Guan Yu, Liu Bei, and Zhang Fei met each other in the first place, if I scroll back up on this Wikipedia page, let's see, it was during the time of the Yellow Turban Rebellion. So, the thing that set it all off in the year 180. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei joined a volunteer militia formed by Liu Bei, and they assisted a colonel Zhou Jing in suppressing the revolt. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei were known as stalwart young men, which made them talented fighters. After that, so it's a little bit out of order. I don't know if the Wikipedia is right or if the book is right, but it's a little out of order. The thing to remember, though, is that both of these things occurred basically back to back. The Oath Under the Peach Tree and the Yellow Turban Rebellion. When Liu Bei was appointed as the minister of Ping Yuan, Guan Yu and Zhang Fei were appointed as majors of separate command, each commanding detachments of soldiers under Liu Bei. Liu Bei cherished them as if they were his own brothers, and the three of them were as close as brothers, to the point of sharing the same room, sleeping on the same mat, and eating from the same pot. Zhang Fei and Guan Yu protected Liu Bei whenever there were large crowds of people, and also stood guard beside him when he sat down at meetings all day long. They followed him on his exploits and were always ready to face any danger and hardship.
In the Yellow Turban campaign, my brother and I, along with our other sworn brother, Zhang Fei, volunteered to fight against the rebels. Together, we showed the land the strength of the three sworn brothers led by Liu Bei. And now, in order to defeat the traitorous Dong Zhuo, we have joined the allied army formed by the regional lords. My blade shall cut down those who stand in the way of justice.
Alright.
As members of the coalition against Dong Zhuo, we are acting as vanguard under the direction of Yuan Shao. We will lead the army first to Sishui Gate, just outside of Luoyang. Sishui Gate is protected by Hua Xiang. In order to get him surrounded, we must first destroy the bases along his front line. In other words, Take out anything that hinders the advance of our army. Show no mercy to Dong Zhuo, for he has committed grave crimes against the Han. Guan Yu, we are all relying on your skill.
Alright, so it seems that we're skipping the Yellow Turban Rebellion, which I think is fine, because so many other characters start with the Yellow Turban Rebellion. There isn't anything written down here about Guan Yu fighting against Dong Zhuo, but it could be implied that he was, you know, alongside Liu Bei, so wherever Liu Bei went, he was also there, so of course he would have fought against Dong Zhuo, because Liu Bei also fought against Dong Zhuo, that kind of thing. So, you know, not outside of the realm of possibility that Guan Yu would have been in this battle, and if I got that wrong, please correct me. I'm just reading off the Wikipedia. But, yeah, it's just one of those things, like one of the game mechanic type things where there are 3 different starting battles: the Battle of Si Shui Gate, the Battle of Hulao Gate, and the Yellow Turban Rebellion, and it's rare that you fight through 2 of those because most stories start with these battles, so it is what it is. It might just be, you know, the video game.
Trouble if we don't take it out fast.
And then, like I just said, this is one of the kind of tutorial battles, so we've already seen this battle a couple of times. We don't need to go into it that much further. It's just go kill Dong Zhuo, ignore Lu Bu.
This should be easy enough.
I mean, there might be a cutscene between Lu Bu and you know, Guan Yu, because there is a fun fact later on. After the death of Lu Bu, Guan Yu takes his horse, the red hare.
I, Guan Yu, shall present your head to my lord.
Silence! How dare somebody as lowly as you speak such things?
I shall let Blue Dragon decide whether or not my words are just. Prepare yourself.
Together we have defeated Dong Zhuo's general, Hua Xiong. Before long, we will capture Dong Zhuo himself and put an end to his greed and tyranny. Although we have not planned our next move, we must be prepared for anything. We do not know when the next threat to the land shall present itself.
Guan Yu, you showed great bravery at the Si Shui Gate. Word of your actions is quickly spreading and boosting morale throughout the coalition. I am very proud. But the battle is not over yet. Our next target is Hulao Gate. Lu Bu, an extremely fierce warrior, will surely be waiting for us there. Even against your strength, he will be a fierce opponent. If you can't defeat him, we'll find another way to win the battle. Now let's move. Dong Zhuo will soon be ours.
Again, it's a little unusual that we're getting the 2 battles against Dong Zhuo first when, you know, it was written that he was also at the Battle of, you know, the Yellow Turban Rebellion. And, you know, the fact that he, you know, Guan Yu was around for a long time. So he has a lot of battles under his belt that we could possibly do. So it's, you know, some guys have 5 in the game, some guys have 6. Guan Yu is obviously going to have 6 battles, but to waste 2 of them on Dong Zhuo, it's a little unusual.
I applaud your talent. I hope to face you again.
You also possess impressive skill. Shame you fight on the side of villainy.
That's a cute little interaction right there. So eventually, Zhang Liao and Guan Yu do become friends. We'll get to that later, probably.
We have defeated the rebel leader, Dong Zhuo. I would like to thank each member of the Allied forces that participated in this struggle. As your leader, I am proud of you all.
Alright, so apparently, according to the book, The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, He was indeed at the Battle of Hulao Pass, so this does make sense.
Now that Dongzhuo is gone, it is time to disperse the allied forces. However, those who fought under the Yuan banner shall never forget the privilege that was bestowed upon them.
After Dongzhuo's defeat, the land was splintered as various factions vied to control it for themselves. Although Brother was awarded the lands of Shu, it was not long before he was attacked by Cao Cao.
Cao Cao.
Following that battle, us three brothers were scattered, and I agreed to serve under Cao Cao under the condition that I would leave once I learned where my brother was. That is how I wound up joining him in his quest to defeat Yuan Shao of Ji. I am worried about the safety of my brothers, but nevertheless, I must serve my current master with loyalty.
Guan Yu, I know that you are concerned about the well-being of Liu Bei. However, you must do your best to serve me from now on. We shall advance our army to Guandu to force a showdown with Yuan Shao. Even though the enemy army is large, Yuan Shao is an inept commander. They will be no match for us. You shall accompany me to Baima Castle. With you by my side, we shall answer the wishes of all of those who have fallen before us.
Alright, so it looks like we're skipping to the Battle of Guandu, which is partly true in the history. But what happens is, you know, after the Battle of Hulao Gate, he does enter the service of Cao Cao, Cao Cao, because if you remember from another person's storyline, I think it was Zhao Hodun, when Cao Cao returns to Jiapi, Lu Bu is there and had taken over the castle, so he had to retake the castle for himself. Liu Bei assisted in that, and also, you know, Guan Yu went wherever Liu Bei went, so, you know, Cao Cao got back his castle from Lu Bu at the Battle of Jiapi, and then, let's see, about a year later, Liu Bei and his followers escaped from Zhu under the pretext of helping Cao Cao lead an army to attack Yuan Shu. Liu Bei went to Zhu province, killed the provincial inspector, and seized control of the province. He moved to Xiaopei and left Guan Yu in charge of the provincial capital, Jiapi. So, yeah, the Battle of Jiapi. Now, Guan Yu is left in charge of Jiapi. In 200, Cao Cao led his forces to attack Liu Bei, defeated him, and retook Zhu province. Liu Bei fled to northern China and found refuge under Cao Cao's rival Yuan Shao, while Guan Yu was captured by Cao Cao's forces and brought back to Zhu. Cao Cao treated Guan Yu respectfully and asked Emperor Jian to appoint Guan Yu as a lieutenant general. After that was the Battle of Baima. Yuan Shao sent his general Yan Liang to lead an army to attack Cao Cao's garrison at Baima. It was defended by Liu Yan. Cao Cao sent Zhang Liao and Guan Yu to lead the vanguard to engage the enemy. So that little bit that we got between Guan Yu and Zhang Liao in the previous battle, you know, they eventually become friends. I don't know if we'll see that in the next cutscene or not, but, you know, it is kind of there. In the midst of battle, Guan Yu recognized Yan Liang's parasol, so he charged towards him, decapitated him, and returned with his head. Yan Liang's men could not stop him. With Yan Liang's death, the siege on Baima was lifted, and on Cao Cao's recommendation, Emperor Jian awarded Guan Yu the peerage of Marquis of Hanshou village. Although Cao Cao admired Guan Yu's character, he also sensed that Guan Yu had no intention of serving under him for long. He told Zhang Liao, "Why don't you make use of your friendship with Guan Yu to find out what he wants?" When Zhang Liao asked him, Guan Yu replied, "I'm aware that Lord Cao treats me very generously. However, I have also received many favors from General Liu, and I have sworn to follow him until I die. I cannot break my oath. I will leave eventually, so maybe you can help me convey my message to Lord Cao." Zhang Liao did, and Cao Cao was even more impressed with Guan Yu. The Fuji gave a slightly different account of this incident. We could skip over that, where Zhang Liao has a little bit of trouble, like, "Oh, but if I tell Cao Cao, he'll kill me. But if I don't tell Cao Cao, he'll kill me." Let's see. This is not the Battle of Bai Ma, but let me see. Actually, it looks like it might be, you know, around the same time as this battle because, you know, in the video game, we saw it from Xiao Hodun's perspective. Guan Yu sees Liu Bei at the battle here in, Guan Du, which is one of my favorite battles in the game, and that's when he decides to leave because he sees Liu Bei there.
Quite impressive, Xiao Hodun. It almost looked like you wanted to kill Guan Yu.
So, will we be leaving soon, Cao Cao?
Yes. We will go to Guan Du and attack Yuan Shao. Guan Yu, this includes you as well.
As you wish.
It's funny too because we already got that cutscene during Xiao Hodun's storyline, which, you know, now that was more from Xiao Hodun's perspective of, you know, that rivalry with Guan Yu. But I would have appreciated it if they added something about, you know, him and Zhang Liao being friends. So let me actually see here. Bai Ma, yeah. So it's funny because I think in this battle, yeah, we're stationed outside of Bai Ma. And it is, again, probably during this battle that it actually happened in the book because I'm reading here. After Guan Yu slew Yan Liang and lifted the siege on Bai Ma, which is the castle that we're right behind to start, Cao Cao knew that he would leave soon, so he gave Guan Yu great rewards. Guan Yu sealed all the gifts he received, wrote a farewell letter, and headed towards Yuan Shao's territory to find Liu Bei. Cao Cao's subordinates wanted to pursue Guan Yu, which we saw in the Xiao Hodun storyline where he actually does pursue Guan Yu, but Cao Cao stopped them and said he's just doing his duty to his lord, there's no need to pursue him. Pei Songji commented on this as follows: Cao Cao admired Guan Yu's character, even though he knew that Guan Yu would not remain under him. He did not send his men to pursue Guan Yu, and when Guan Yu left, so as to allow Guan Yu to fulfill his allegiance to Guan Yu, Guan Yu, Guan Yu, Guan Yu. They repeat their names so many times. As to fulfill his allegiance to Liu Bei, if he was not as magnanimous as a great warlord should be, how would he allow this to happen? This was an example of Cao Cao's goodness. When does Freddy Fazbear show up? 2,000 years in the future. And then when Cao Cao and Yuan Shao clashed at the Battle of Guan Du, Yuan sent Liu Bei to contact Liu Pi, a yellow turban rebel chief in Runan, and assist Liu Pi in attacking the imperial capital Zhu while Cao Cao was away at Guan Du. Guan Yu reunited with Liu Bei around this time, so kind of combining a couple of elements here in the video game with the actual story. Cao Cao's a good guy. He's a great guy. We loved Cao Cao. If only he won the Battle of Red Cliff. And then that kind of leads into the next battle where I know we might see more of it in other character storylines, but that's when Liu Bei leaves Yuan Shao, forms the alliance with Liu Biao, and then rises up against Liu Biao and takes Jing for himself, which I don't remember if we saw that in Zhao Yu's episode, but we'll probably see it eventually. The Fire Nation's gonna attack during this battle. Don't worry.
Father, I didn't know you liked sightseeing. Are you sure it's safe for you to leave the main camp?
I thought I would go and see Yuan Shao's face myself. Besides, Guan Yu is here. I need not worry. Well then, I leave the main camp to you. Ah! Guan Yu and I will reinforce Bai Ma Castle. Xiao Hodun, go to Yanjin, and Cao Pi to Guandu Castle.
Minor Chinese uprising, 10 million casualties, 3 million corpses eaten.
I must retreat. Ridiculous to be killed by someone like you.
You seem to have gotten caught up in your own abilities. Guan Yu has defeated the enemy officer Yan Liang.
Yeah, and that's exactly as it was written too. Slew Yan Liang outside of Baima Castle.
Is that... At last, my blade has managed to find its way back to its master. I am so glad to see you made it, brother.
There we go.
Honor of my family's name
Long battle, but
smeared in the
fun
mud.
one.
Enemy defeated.
Yuan Shao is dead. He was concerned only with pride and ignored the opinions of his advisors. Whereas we believed in ability and valued good counsel. This battle was over before it started. There are still bigger threats to our power out there than Yuan Shao. We must prepare for the inevitable battles ahead and deal with them when they come.
With the battle at Guan Yu the other day, I learned that my sworn brother Liu Bei was alive and well. My agreement with Cao Cao is over now that I know the whereabouts of my brother. My brother is waiting for me in the faraway lands of Hefei. I have a long journey ahead of me. But first, I must clear 5 gates that stand in my way. All the while defending my brother's wife, who accompanies me in a carriage. It is difficult to abandon the friendships I have made with those in Cao Cao's army. However, my place is by the side of Liu Bei. I am coming to you, brother.
His wife? Which one? Alright, so like I mentioned earlier, you know, Cao Cao just let Guan Yu go. But of course, you know, we gotta build it up for the game. We actually have to fight through it as Guan Yu, which I'm okay with. You know, playing as Guan Yu, I feel powerful. I feel strong. Yeah?
This is a rough farewell, Zhang Liao.
I had wanted one last battle. Go on ahead. It is what my master desires.
I am grateful. So long, my friend.
Okay.
Goodbye for now. We shall meet again soon, Guan Yu.
Alright, I'll accept that.
We've arrived.
Forgive my long absence, brothers.
It's good to see you again, Guan Yu. Reunited, at last. My brothers, our quest for peace has resumed.
I broke through 5 gates and managed to escort brother's wife to safety. There is nothing left in my way. I must hurry and return to my brother's side. However, I have performed a great injustice to Lord Cao Cao. Although I was simply fulfilling my promise, I did kill his gate guards. I must find the opportunity to apologize to him someday.
So I did just discover this on the Wikipedia. This battle is actually in the list of fictitious stories in Romance of the Three Kingdoms. So as we know, this is a historical game, but obviously being the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, this was one of those battles, one of those stories that didn't actually happen, but was written to, you know, pretty it up, basically. So this is the Guan Yu crosses 5 passes and slays 6 generals. Guan Yu receives the news that Liu Bei is alive and in Yuan Shao's camp, decides to leave Cao Cao with Liu Bei's wives to rejoin his sworn brother. He tries to bid Cao Cao farewell personally, but Cao Cao does not give him the chance to do so. Frustrated, Guan Yu eventually writes a letter to Cao Cao and leaves. Takes with him none of the luxuries and gifts Cao Cao gave him, except for the red hair, the horse that belonged to Lu Bu. He even gives up on his peerage, the Marquis of Hanshou village, and leaves his official seal behind. Cao Cao's subordinates feel that Guan Yu is rude and arrogant because he left without bidding farewell, so they ask for permission to pursue him, capture him, and bring him back. Cao Cao disapproves because he knows that none of them can stop Guan Yu, and he gives orders for the officials along the way to give passage to Guan Yu and his companions. Guan Yu rides beside the carriage carrying Liu Bei's wives and escorts them along the way. The first pass they reach is Dongling Pass. The officer guarding the pass denies Guan Yu passage because Guan Yu does not have an exit permit. Guan Yu then kills Kong Zhu and forces his way through the pass. They reach the city of Luoyang next. The governor, Han Fu, leads 1,000 men to block Guan Yu. Han Fu's deputy, Meng Tan, challenges Guan Yu to a duel but ends up being sliced in 2. While Guan Yu is fighting with Meng Tan, Han Fu secretly takes aim and fires an arrow at Guan Yu. The arrow hits Guan Yu's arm and wounds him, but Guan Yu pulls out the arrow from his wound, charges towards Han Fu, and kills him. The soldiers immediately give way. Guan Yu's party arrives at the Si Shui Pass. The officer guarding the pass receives them warmly and invites Guan Yu to a feast at the temple outside the pass. In fact, Bian Ji had ordered 200 men to wait in ambush inside the temple and kill Guan Yu when he gives a signal. Pu Jing, an elderly monk from the same hometown as Guan Yu, warns Guan Yu about Bian Ji's plot. Guan Yu senses the danger, kills Bian Ji, and passes through. Wang Ji, the governor of Xinjiang, adopts a similar scheme to kill Guan Yu. Like Bian Ji, he pretends to welcome Guan Yu, leads them to a courier station where they will stay the night. After that, Wang Ji orders his subordinate Hu Ban to lead 1,000 men to surround the station, set it on fire. Curious to know what Guan Yu looks like, Hu Ban sneaks in and peeps at him, who is reading inside his room. Guan Yu notices Hu Ban and invites him in. Guan Yu met Hu Ban's father earlier and was with him. And with him was a letter from Hu Ban's father addressed to his son. He gives the letter to Hu Ban, and after reading the letter, Hu Ban changes his mind and decides to help Guan Yu. He reveals Wang Ji's plot and secretly opens the city's gates for him to leave. Wang Ji and his soldiers catch up with him a while later, but Guan Yu turns back and kills him. Guan Yu's party finally arrives at a ferry crossing on the southern bank of the Yellow River, Qin Chi. The officer in charge refuses to allow them to cross the river and is killed by Guan Yu. Guan Yu and his party then cross the river safely and enter Yuan Shao's territory. However, they soon realize that Liu Bei is no longer with Yuan Shao and had already left for Runan. Guan Yu and his party then make their way back and are finally reunited with Liu Bei and Zhang Fei at Gucheng. During this journey, Guan Yu meets many men who would become his subordinates and remain loyal to him until his death. They include Liao Hua, Zhou Cang, I think, and Guan Ping, whom he adopts as his son. So, apparently in Guan Yu's biography, the Sangguo Ji, it provides a similar account of the reasons for Guan Yu's departure, but it does not mention anything about the 5 passes, nor the 6 officers. So, in the man's own words, none of this fucking happened.
After a long journey, I was able to rejoin brother and Zhang Fei. Despite having no land to call our own, I know that this is where I truly belong. Now that we were back together, Cao Cao feared what we would become. so he decided to launch an attack against us. After managing to evade pursuit, we eventually joined forces with Wu and defeated Cao Cao's army at Chibi.
We're skipping the Battle of Red Cliff? Come on! This game sucks.
I have been ordered to chase after Cao Cao as he flees from Chibi. However, I still owe much to Cao Cao. I don't know if I can face him.
We shall cooperate with Wu and attempt to chase down Cao Cao, who, having suffered a near disastrous defeat at Chibi, has no choice.
This was very 2000s. I'm pretty sure this game came out like
the best chance we have
20 years ago.
Cao Cao, in an attempt to rebuild his fallen army, is retreating to Jiangling. Everybody, I want you to go and hunt down Cao Cao. Guan Yu, I know that you feel as if you are somehow obligated to Cao Cao, but he is now an enemy that lies in Master Liu Bei's path. Can you do this?
And then we've already done this from the other perspective, but we're doing it again from Guan Yu's perspective.
Is this where my struggle finally ends? Guan Yu, was my fate decided from the very moment that you left me?
Go. It is still not possible for me to forget my debt to you. But that debt ends here. The next time you oppose my lord, I will kill you. Remember that, Lord Cao Cao.
Cao Cao.
I am to blame for Cao Cao's escape. I will never look my brother in the face again.
I just winged it. Yeah, I mean, at any point in Chinese history, you could be like, yeah, it's a shame that China fell apart again, and you'd be correct. There we go.
Someday you shall pay for this.
A little weird that they put the
Enemy defeated.
the cutscene of Guan Yu letting him escape at the beginning when they should have done it right there, but it's whatever. We know that Guan Yu lets him escape because of the debt that he felt he owed to Cao Cao.
We have thoroughly crushed Cao Cao's army. It was quite humorous to see them scattering about like ants. This defeat should shut him up for a while. However, he will definitely come seeking revenge. Before that time comes, we must build up our military strength and be prepared to meet their advance.
With our victory at Chibi, we have gained much momentum. Brother has obtained the lands of Jing and Shu, thus splitting the land in three between us, Wei and Wu. The way things have been going, it appears that Cao Cao and Sun Quan have joined forces. It would seem that they both have their eyes on this land of Jing that has been left under my charge. Looking to make the first move and take advantage of the situation, I marched on Fan Castle in Xianyang. For the sake of Brother's quest for the land, my spear shall cry out to the heavens!
Now that the land has been divided in three, Jing is more strategically important than ever before. Control of Jing is essential for Master Liu Bei's plan to unite the land. Cao Ren is in charge of protecting Fan Castle. Additionally, reinforcements from both Wei and Wu should be arriving shortly. We must keep these reinforcements in mind while we attack the castle.
And there are a couple of them that are super gay, but the yaoi bait ones were like, that was Sun Se and Zhou Yun. I mean, there's a couple more, but like, yeah, there's like 60 playable characters.
Jesus.
There's more other yaoi bait like Ling Tong and Gan Ning.
Now, the recently heavy rains are causing the river to flood. If we protect the floodgate and redirect the waters, that is our best strategy. Guan Yu, may fortune be with you.
Alright, so it seems like we're going to skip a little bit ahead in time. This is Jing province. Between 212 and 214, Liu Bei started a campaign to seize control of Yi from the provincial governor Liu Zhang. Most of Liu Bei's subordinates participated in the campaign, while Guan Yu remained behind to guard and oversee Liu Bei's territories in Jing, which is, where they said we were right now. During this time, there was a Sun Liu territorial dispute during the mid-210s. In southern Jing, Liu Bei and Sun Quan were quarreling over it. According to an earlier arrangement, Liu Bei borrowed southern Jing province from Sun Quan to serve as a temporary base. He would have to return the territories to Sun Quan once he found another base. After Liu Bei seized control of Yi, Sun Quan asked him to return 3 commanderies, but Liu Bei said no, because he's a little bitch. Sun Quan then sent his general Lu Meng to lead his forces to seize the 3 commanderies. In response, Liu Bei ordered Guan Yu to lead troops to stop Lu Meng. Gan Ning and one of Lu Meng's subordinates managed to deter Guan Yu from crossing the shallows near Yiyang. The shallows were thus named Guan Yu's shallows. Lu Su later invited Guan Yu to attend a meeting to settle the territorial dispute around 215. After Cao Cao seized control of the Hanzhong commandery, Liu Bei saw that as a strategic threat to his position in Yi, so he decided to make peace with Sun Quan, agreed to divide southern Jing, and both sides withdrew their forces. So a little bit of a skirmish. We might see that in Lu Meng's story, we might see that in Gan Ning's story, I'm not too sure. But that does indeed lead us here to the Battle of Fan Castle, Battle of Fan Cheng. 219, Liu Bei emerged victorious in the Hanzhong campaign against Cao Cao, after which he declared himself the king of Hanzhong. He appointed Guan Yu as general of the vanguard and bestowed him a ceremonial axe. In the same year, Guan Yu led his forces to attack Cao Ren at Fan Castle, which is this battle right here, and besiege the fortress. Cao Cao sent Yu Jin to lead reinforcements to help Cao Ren. It was an autumn and there were heavy showers, so the Han River overflowed. The flood destroyed Yu Jin's 7 armies. Guan Yu had prepared his navy to advance during the flood, and Yu Jin surrendered to Guan Yu while his subordinate Pang De refused and was executed. We might actually see that in this battle. Various local officials such as Administrator of Nanjiang Fu Fang and Inspector Jing Province Hu Zhu defected to Guan Yu, angered by Cao Cao's forced labor put upon them. Rebel peasants and bandits in Liang, Jia, and Lu Hun also submitted to Guan Yu and received official seals to work as his raiders.
Father, preparations are complete.
If we time this right, the waters will devastate them.
Father, when the battle is over, could you please teach me to play Go?
Sure. That sounds like it would be very enjoyable indeed.
That's a death flag.
All right, let's move.
How dare you set that up?
We'll flood Fan Castle with a water attack. Hold the front. Keep strict watch over the floodgates.
There we go.
Waters of war, rush forth to devour Fan Castle.
My duty is to defend this castle. Therefore, I will have to destroy you. Prepare yourself.
He was indeed named. And by that I mean in the little Wikipedia snippet about this battle.
Some warrior.
Show me what you've got, Hank.
Long as well.
These boats are our path to glory! Charge!
It's been too long, Shu Huang. I'm glad to see you came.
You're a good friend, but as an opponent of Wei, you're also my enemy.
Fair enough. Then let us express our mutual respect through battle.
And as true friends, provide each other a real challenge.
Yeah, I just need this asshole named Gate Captain to stop attacking me so I can 1v1 you.
Prepare yourself.
Thing about Zhu Huang in this battle too is like this is his battle, where the Battle of Fan Castle, in his perspective, he shows up, you know, while the castle is being sieged down, because, you know, in real life, attacking a castle doesn't take 10 minutes. He shows up to relieve the siege, breaks through Guan Yu's lines, and does indeed, you know, send Guan Yu packing. Zhu Huang was previously a close friend to Guan Yu. They often chatted about other things apart from military affairs. When they met again at Fan Castle, Zhu Huang gave an order to his men. Whoever takes Guan Yu's head will be rewarded with 1,000 Jian of gold. A shocked Guan Yu asked Zhu Huang, "Brother, what are you talking about?" And Zhu Huang replied, "This is an affair of the state."
Fan Castle has fallen to our forces. We overcame the courage of Cao Ren and the wisdom of Lu Mei. I must thank all of you for your hard work. Brother is in charge of defending Shu, while I have been placed in charge of Jing. If we can combine our efforts, the unification of the land is within sight. Now is the time for us to create a world ruled by virtue.
Like I mentioned, the siege was indeed relieved by Zhu Huang entering the battle. And from there, I mean, Guan Yu retreated. That's kind of how that works.
It was during the final days of the year 200 AD when the Han Dynasty saw its end. Its demise ushered in a new era of chaos, brought on by several regional lords vying to rule China. There were those who sought absolute power, as well as those who fought for justice, and some simply fought for the sake of their beliefs. Many would rise and fall in their attempts to dominate the land. Guan Yu, from the land of Nedong, known for his beautiful beard, he was not only a powerful warrior, but also well known for his strong sense of duty and bravery. Guan Yu would later meet Liu Bei and Zhang Fei during the Yellow Turban Rebellion. The three warriors would swear an oath of brotherhood amidst a grove of blossoming peach trees and agreed to put an end to the chaos together. Despite not having a land of their own, Guan Yu supported Liu Bei in all of his campaigns. However, in the year 200 AD, they were defeated by Cao Cao's forces at Shu, and Guan Yu was captured. Although treated well by Cao Cao, Guan Yu would leave him and travel many leagues in order to return to Liu Bei. Upon his return, their bond grew even stronger. This and the addition of Zhuge Liang had made Liu Bei's forces very powerful indeed. Liu Bei would soon form the kingdom of Shu, thus beginning the Age of the Three Kingdoms. Guan Yu was appointed as one of the 5 Tiger Generals and was sent to Jing, where he successfully drove off relentless attacks from both Wei and Wu. Although the land remains in a state of chaos, Guan Yu will not be overcome with despair. Rather, he continues to fight in order to achieve what he and his brothers swore at the Peach Garden. These tales, long forgotten in the flows of time, are about the legends of which no one can recall.
I'm waiting to see if there's going to be an ending cutscene. Jiang Wei? I don't even know who that is. There we go.
Brother! At this pace, the land will be united in no time!
Yes, with skill on our side, our brother, Liu Bei's dream shall finally be realized. I, the mighty Guan Yu, challenge all that would perpetuate the chaos!
Dude, those sound effects. So, after the failed siege of Fang Castle, he actually lost Jing province because while he was sieging Fang Castle, his army found itself lacking in food supplies, so he seized grain from one of Sun Quan's granaries. By then, Sun Quan had secretly agreed to an alliance with Cao Cao and sent Lu Meng and others to invade Jing while he followed behind with reinforcements. At Junyang, Lu Meng ordered his troops to hide in vessels disguised as civilian and merchant ships and sailed towards Jing province. Along the way, Lu Meng infiltrated and disabled the watchtowers set up by Guan Yu, so Guan Yu was totally unaware of the invasion. When Guan Yu embarked on the Fancheng campaign, Fang Castle, he left Mi Fang and Shi Ren behind to defend his key bases in Jing province. Guan Yu had constantly treated them with contempt. During the campaign, after Mi Fang and Shi Ren sent insufficient supplies to Guan Yu's army at the front line, an annoyed Guan Yu said, "I will deal with them when I return." Mi Fang and Shi Ren felt uneasy about this. When Sun Quan invaded Jing, Lu Meng showed understanding towards Mi Fang and successfully induced him into surrendering, while Yu Fan also persuaded Shi Ren to give up resistance. With the exceptions of the northwest, Liu Bei's territories in Jing province fell under Sun Quan's control after the surrenders of Mi Fang and Shi Ren. By that time, Guan Yu retreated from Fang Castle. Sun Quan's forces had occupied Jiangling and captured the families of Guan Yu's soldiers. Lu Meng ordered his troops to treat civilians well and ensure that they were not harmed. Most of Guan Yu's soldiers lost their fighting spirit and deserted, and went back to Jing to reunite with their families. Guan Yu knew that he had been isolated, so he withdrew to Maichang, in present-day Dangyang, Hubei. His remaining men deserted him and surrendered to the enemy. Sun Quan sent Zhu Ran and Pan Zhang to block Guan Yu's retreat route. Guan Yu, along with his son Guan Ping and subordinate Zhao Lei, were captured alive by Pan Zhang's deputy Ma Zhang in an ambush. Guan Yu and Guan Ping were later executed by Sun Quan's forces in Linzhou. An alternate account from the Shu Ji mentioned that Sun Quan initially wanted to keep Guan Yu alive in the hope of using Guan Yu to help him counter Liu Bei and Cao Cao. However, his followers advised him against doing so by saying, "A wolf shouldn't be kept as a pet, as it'll bring harm to the keeper." Cao Cao made a mistake when he refused to kill Guan Yu and landed himself in deep trouble. He even had to consider relocating the imperial capital elsewhere. How can Guan Yu be allowed to live? Then he was indeed executed. Thus ends the story of the god of war Guan Yu. executed by former allies after a failed siege and after his own subordinates surrendered because of how horribly he treated them. Sun Quan sent Guan Yu's head to Cao Cao, who arranged a noble's funeral and had his head properly buried with full honors. In October or November of 260, Liu Shan granted Guan Yu the posthumous title Marquis Zhuangmo. According to posthumous naming rules in the Yi Zhou Shu, Mo was meant for a person who failed to live up to his reputation. Damn, so he got shit on even after death. And then, of course, later in history, he was worshipped as a bodhisattva in Buddhist tradition, which we don't need to get into that too much. But Guan Yu and his exploits as a man of honor was indeed venerated, worshipped, and then they built a 500-foot tall statue of him in 2016. So even to today, he is still thought of, basically. That'll do it for this episode of Guan Yu, who, truthfully, I didn't know about a lot of this other stuff. And, you know, just a couple of little things here or there, so it's cool that I'm learning stuff as we go along as well. We already did Wei last week with Dian Wei. We did Shu this week with Guan Yu. So next time we play, we will be doing Lu Jun. And it's not going to be next Sunday because Sumo starts, so next Sunday is out of the question. But I will be changing my schedule so that I'll be streaming these twice per week, and so I'll start posting the videos, and, you know, whenever the Sumo tournament rolls around and I don't stream, then it'll kind of catch up, and I won't need any filler, that kind of thing. So next time around, we'll be playing as Lu Jun, who one of the stories I remember about him is the fact that he tried to kill what's his face a couple of times. Zhuge Liang, that's it. He tried to kill Zhuge Liang a couple of times while they were allies, but Zhuge Liang continued to outsmart and outwit him, which made Lu Jun upset. He's kind of twinkish too, so that'll be nice. Bless you. Young man filled with talent and potential, he was even praised by Lu Meng. Polite and energetic, he encourages all of those around him. So that'll be what we're doing in a couple of weeks from now, because like I said, next Sunday is going to be the Sumo tournament, and you know we're going to be busy with that.